on importance of crypto literacy. Let's welcome Harsh.
I'll be talking about crypto literacy, the state of Indian devs, and blockchain. So just doing a particular vibe check. So how many of you have been into development space of blockchain since like around a year? Like just a raise of hands, almost around a year. Nice. Developers, I've vibed with them. So yeah, you are the guys. And state of Indian devs. So I've been personally, that's my proof of work. I've been co-founder of my own venture, which is Blocktrain. It's an educational firm. Plus, like I was working mostly in the core devs with fellow at Solana Labs and stuff. So yeah, like I've been in the space since like 18 months now, almost 18 months, and multiple ecosystems. So yeah, and that's my Twitter handle. You can just scan it and stuff. So crypto literacy. Why is this one of the biggest problem as of right now that I consider? So yeah, like as of right now, a lot of Web3 products which have been created are much more developer centric in my perspective. A lot of things you need to know, a lot of stuff about like how to handle wallets and then how to interact with a particular dApp and stuff like that. You should understand. It's very easy if you're a developer, like you're a techie guy. But as I see, like, or when we are bringing a lot of new people to that particular space, they need to know at least some stuff. Like before, earlier we didn't even knew how to use smartphones, like the touchscreen smartphones. And now it's kind of a norm. But for Web3 to go adoption at the global adoption stage, we need crypto literacy at a huge for masses basically, right? And for that, I consider the two most important aspects are the cool UI UX, which is very easy to handle, which is like self-intuitive, and this one, like you should at least know the basics of it. So yeah, at the end, what crypto provides us is the decentralization and the power to program money. Like I don't consider 5 years down the line we'll be fighting that which chain is the best. Okay, this layer 2 is awesome, this ecosystem is awesome. Okay, everything is working, but for an average user, we really don't care about what particular chain I'm transacting to. I just care that my work is getting done. As an average user, as a developer, you always like do the hard work behind the scenes, which kind of goes like unappreciated as well sometimes. But yeah, like to be honest, that's how the ecosystem develops. At one point of time, you let the power go out of your project as well. So like you are not the only one in the control space, right? The ecosystem grows and all. So for an average user, they should understand why decentralization is required. We currently are going through a financial crisis in the overall global level. If you are someone who follows the geopolitical space a lot, we know that the inflation has been going skyrocketing in some places, even in developed countries. In India, it's quite chill as of right now, but yeah, it's a scary time. It's scarier than COVID, so yeah, we are like preparing for one more pandemic, basically, an economic pandemic. So yeah, like decentralization and power to money. This is something which are currently the talks, crypto integrating in our daily lives. Bitcoin launched its Lightning wallet. The Lightning wallet is a layer 2 on Bitcoin, which allows a higher TPS, and you can have something similar to what we have as UPI today. You can just scan codes and stuff. But now they got some cool looking credit cards as well, so you can just like swipe and get your stuff. So that's cool. In places like India, it's like still the government is still figuring it out stuff. But when you talk about global stage, a lot of shops have started, a lot of businesses have started doing this. So we need stuff like this. Solana recently, like last month, launched its own IRL store in New York City where you can pay with Solana Pay, and yeah, Polygon has been doing awesome. Polygon got integrated with Stripe, so we can expect a lot of transactions getting handled by Polygon, which is awesome. And yeah, these are other cool headlines that big players like Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and Disney is getting integrated with Polygon. One of the major, so anyone in here like sees a major problem which goes with these headlines, like what is a major problem when such big players come into the crypto world? Like, anyone would like to answer this?
Normal people have to use it.
Yeah. So when these big players come in, they bring a big crowd. And if you are someone who like anyone who's active on crypto Twitter, or who follows a lot of handles and stuff, if you are active on crypto Twitter, you have seen a lot of scams coming. You see a lot of DMs coming that, hi, I'm a student, I have $300 and so on and so forth. This is a very funny scheme, but for us it's funny. But for people, like all the people who will be following all these brands, they might not be aware about stuff, and this will cause a lot of problems, right? So these people, the big players, are bringing in a lot of audience which is susceptible to, which is very vulnerable to as well for all the crypto attacks which will be there, right? So one should understand what is required, what is how the seed phrase things works, how like decentralization is required in first place. So let's talk about some of the fatal scenes in crypto. We already lost like $3.2 billion from hackers in multiple places. Hacks like these happened. This is a chart for all the 2022 hacks. We are like 8 months down the line. In 8 months, we have lost like this is like almost more than that. And we recently saw multiple ecosystems. It's not just one chain; it's multiple ecosystems going through stages. Currently, the cross-chain bridges are the hanging out spot for all the hackers as of right now. We see so many cross-chain bridges get hacked because like they are handling so much of liquidity. And like if there is a single problem, the people are ready to exploit it, right? So $3.2 billion, that's a very, very big amount. Consider all those $3.2 billion could be used in GDPs and stuff like that. It would help out a lot, right? And this chart in 2022, it's scary itself. As a developer, whenever I read about a hack, I get scared to code next things which I do. I'm coding smart contracts. Now I need to do some additional tests like re-entrancy. If you are someone who codes a lot in Solidity, you know what re-entrancy tests are. It was kind of used in multiple exploits which happened. If you're not a techie, I'm sorry, but like what happens is whenever there is a test, like new things keep on happening, new hacks come on happening, and every time there is a hack, I add stuff to my to-do list that okay, now I'm deploying a contract, I should test about this, I should test about that, and so on and so forth, right? But it's scary for developers. A lot of things happened using Tornado Cash as well, if you are following that. But as a developer, we are obviously growing on. And since last 4 years, we have been having hacks, but like we are not having problems. We are growing, but now all the users, they might not have the information. They won't be able to keep up with all the new things, right? As a person, I need to consume daily articles and blogs to keep myself updated as a developer. But not everyone has that much amount of time. Not everyone will be able to do that. But that's why you should understand that basics of crypto is something which masses should understand. So yeah, the conclusion of this particular would be that the contracts are now smarter, and so you need to be smarter. Similarly, what happened with smartphones and when we got things done, right? So I consider we are not talking about Indian subdomain specifically, but we are talking about the global stage. We are talking about global adoption. We see that a lot of governments are a little bit scared of crypto as well because they still haven't figured out how the regulations will work out, right? But on the other side, we can, all the users, all the citizens of this particular country can understand and get started with this. So this will be a mass movement. This is not a movement which I'm doing something similar to this. I'm doing it specifically for the Indian subdomain. Now let's talk about the state of Indian devs in the crypto world. And I'm just telling you the good news. We are nailing it. We are freaking nailing it. Okay. So to be honest, I talk after all the works I do. I meet a lot of people. It's a good point that I meet a lot of people from other countries, and they expect a lot of things from Indian crypto space, to be honest, from us developers, because they saw Polygon to become a big success, and they expect a few more polygons to come out of this country, and that's a huge. So as a blockchain developer, when I'm representing my country while talking to someone international, I feel the pressure of okay, I need to develop some products which the world might be ready for, right? So and we are doing pretty good. So these are the stats of Buildspace, which is an awesome platform to learn by particular project building stuff. The second one is India. I guess you can read this. So the second one is India with 57,000 users from our country trying to learn through Buildspace. This was posted by Farzan himself. And so we are beating the other countries in getting more developers out there. But we need to get more protocols out there. We need to build more stuff, Shardium, which is a new project, which is the first L1 blockchain. If you attended the meet earlier, that's a cool project. You should look into it and try developing something of your own, right? So, like, yeah, as I said, the world expects a lot from India, and as a developer, we need more developers in here. We need to go like much more intermediate. We need to create products which are scalable as well and stuff. So yeah, those are the top 10 countries, and we can see like the first one is the United States, the second one is India, and like the distance is far, but we'll make it obviously, and the other countries are far behind. So I consider that Indian economic space can do a lot better if we like leverage this particular opportunity we have. Okay, so if the world expects a lot from India, we can give them a lot, and we can bring in a lot of foreign investments. We see all this US dollar dominance which is currently in the market. Euro recently got its stable coin. It's like in making. So I consider that even like a few years down the line, when the government things are settled, we can have an INR stable coin, which will help India out basically in the in like reducing the dominance of US dollar. Yeah. And yeah, we Indians know how to make the noise. We are at the biggest Web3Conf today in this particular year. The Solana Hacker House in May, which happened, was the biggest hacker house all over the world. So yeah, we Indians are making noise. We need to make some little more so that our noises reach to the parliament and they do understand, okay, this is something which is required and this is something which should be happening quickly. As of right now, all the countries are fighting for the Bitcoin hash rate. That they do understand. A lot of countries have understood that if our countries like if they control a lot of Bitcoin hash rate, they have power. They have the chances to leverage this particular opportunity in here. But in India, it's kind of sad that we are not even participating in the race. It's like similar to what happened in moon race, like when in 1969 it was a cold war between USA and Russia, and they were fighting who will reach the moon first. In here we have this particular cliche face to the moon. So yeah, basically we are having the same thing. It's similar, but it's like we should make more noise. We should have more of these conferences and some meaningful relationships. Whenever you are in this talk, please get some people who will be using whom you can contribute with, whom you can develop stuff. I'm kinda against the whole brain drain situation which we are having right now. A lot of people are leaving this country just because of the taxation purposes and stuff. Well, I don't think so. We should live that because in here, if those people go out and they develop stuff there, those will be Indian origin companies and not Indian companies. We see like currently all the Web2 companies which we have, majorly all the CEOs are Indians, and there's a reason for that. We are awesome developers, we do understand stuff, but the Indian origin companies won't be able to help out with the financial crisis which we'll be facing sooner or later in India. So yeah, like I do believe that we can have some Indian registered companies, and then we can help out with the GDP of the country. Good. So yeah, this is something which I talked about, and the world does expect a lot from India in the crypto space, and we are here to deliver it. So yeah, let's talk about Blocktrain. So let's see where it's headed. So I'm the co-founder of Blocktrain. So all the people who don't know me, I've been doing the development obviously, but I've been also like since like past 4 to 5 months, I've been using that particular experience and creating content around the same, so that I can help out more folks to get into this. Like I was part of open source communities a lot, and I understand what particular requirements are needed by the college students of today. So yeah, like I help out with creating content around that. So let's talk about Blocktrain a little. This is a short intro about what Blocktrain does. It's a 30-second video, I guess. It's fine.
On the audio for it?
Yeah, sure.
Can you pause it for us?
I recently talked about making noise, and now we don't have audio. It's fine. It's well, this is a very, just imagine that this has a very cool song, which it's your favorite song in the backend. Okay, that's what that is. So like yeah, so that's blocktrain.info. It's a website, you can just look it out. These are the last 3 month stats. These are the this is the traffic basically on the website. It has blogs, it has YouTube videos for all types of things. It has also audio podcasts on Spotify and stuff. So this is the traffic I'm handling since last 4 months at the website. You can just scan it up and look into it. But yeah, like I consider that this particular thing which I'm doing, it's still a lot less than what I can do with the people I can like collaborate and stuff. So I would like totally encourage you guys to do like collaboration or like do something of your own, because the crypto literacy, which I said, it's a mission I'm aligned to, and that's why like I would love like if more folks come up in the same space. Yeah, so that's the YouTube channel. We have a cool team. We have a solid course in Hindi which goes for 2 hours long. It's something which we'll have later on Freeport Camp as well. But yeah, then we also have cool team like software engineers at Google are working with us. We have people from Tower Research, which is like the top 3 traders at Binance as of right now. But like yeah, all the things we have been doing since 4 months, we have got a cool traction. But yeah, we have plans down the line that 3 months down the line we'll want to make it bigger and bigger. Yeah, so see you on the GitHub. For all the developers here, I would encourage all of you guys to. For all the developers, we also need the community managers. We also need a lot of stuff. But I would encourage you guys to build cool things. And you are always like you can always ping me up, and we can talk about it. We can shoot podcasts about whatever you are building. We'll get you the users. We have a cool Discord community as well. And yeah, that's all. See you on GitHub. See ya.